Kearis Jackson, take it away.
Obviously played in some huge games. Have you had a chance to stack this one up? Do you know yet?
I feel like the team pretty much knows what we're about to get into. We all been hearing about the hype, what we about to see. Coach Smart has been emphasizing how serious this game is. I mean, every SEC game is always serious just because, you know, the SEC is just different, but just the fact that we're playing the top matchup versus Tennessee, I know they have a great team. You know, I can't even deny that in no means, but just the fact that we get an opportunity to go out on another Saturday, play against a great opponent is always exciting.
As an offense in a game like this, when you're playing a team like Tennessee, how do you keep yourselves from thinking, man, we've got to go score every possession? Like, how do you keep from putting that kind of pressure on yourselves?
Just being calm. I mean, it's just like any other game. Like, if you come to Georgia, you're expected to play in big-time games, so there's no surprise for us. So we, as a team, we are excited to play in another big game. You know, most of these guys haven't played in a big game like this, but I feel like all our SEC games are big just because, you know, like I said, SEC just means more, but just the fact that we get an actually home game, play in front of our crowd is always exciting. You know, last week we were just on the road playing a phenomenal team like Florida this week. So happy to get to play Tennessee. You know, college game day gonna be here, but all that is just a distraction. Like we have to go in with our mind set on who we got to play and what we are trying to accomplish, and that's to go out there and win.
So what's it like going against Cleveland's got to get you squared up there? What's it like when, as an offense, when you know you're going against an offense like Tennessee's, and you know this game could be, 38, 35, 41, 38, something like that?
Yeah, we just have to go out there and execute. That's what practice is for. You know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, walk through on Friday, just building that confidence up throughout the week to make sure that whatever we have for our game plan, that we're going to be able to execute at a high level, especially when we get in the game, trying to let the fans get into us, don't let the outside hype get into our brains and stuff like that. Just go in like a regular Saturday and know that this is pretty much like an elimination game for us, because at the way college football is set up, like it's tough to with a one loss or anything like that, so we're not looking forward to that. Like we're just trying to make sure we do our job and execute and make sure that we play to our highest level.
Curious, how are you on a big game day in terms of, do you get nervous? Do you get jacked up? What's it like as you get ready for kickoff?
I think I get jacked up for every game, because you only get 12 opportunities in the season, and we work 365 days out the year, and just for those 12 opportunities that we do get, there's no point in not being able to get jacked up, because you're going out there to be able to showcase what you've been putting throughout the weekend, throughout the year. So for me personally, I say I'm jacked up for every game, man. I feel like the level of my focus always be locked in, be calm, because I don't want to go in and just be overly hyped and then boom, I bust an assignment. So from that say so, I just feel like I'm more focused, but also I'm jacked up about me being able to go out there and play with my teammates.
A lot of people, in talking about the anticipation of this game, have talked about 2019 Notre Dame. What do you remember about that game, about the atmosphere, just being there?
Yeah, what I remember, I didn't get a chance to play in that game. So I was sidelined with a hand injury, had surgery, but now with me being able to play in a big-time game at home like this, to this extent, I'm just excited. And what I do remember, our fans was loud, and if we could have that same atmosphere again, I feel like that does play a role in the game and how you're able to lock in and focus, because like sometimes, it even happened to us on the road last week. First drive of the game, we had a false start and we had like 2 flags back to back. So noise level can be a factor sometimes, but that comes like the mindset and the focus level that you have to come in with, knowing that it's gonna be loud, but at the same time, we're excited. I know the fans are excited, and we're just ready to go out there and play.
Tennessee's offense averages 49 points a game. They're putting up 570 yards a game, but right behind them, when you look at all those stats, is Georgia. 41 points a game, 500 something yards a game. You guys obviously do it different, but is there any kind of pride and stuff on the line when you go to, hey, we can play a little low here too?
Yeah, I know, just based off the stats and stuff, I know just on paper, I think Tennessee has a great team. Like I said, it has a great offense, and so do we do. And most guys overlook that because of how the way we do things here. Like you said, we do it just differently here. And when you're able to average over 500 yards a game, I think that's a big deal in my opinion, because just knowing where we were last year and where we are this year, averaging over 500, that's a great deal for us. So we don't really think about what everybody else thinks. We just know what we are capable of doing. And if we're able to play to our standard, I think we'll be in great shape.
How are you coached up in terms of kickoff returns? Are you supposed to call fair catch at a certain point, like if you're at the 3-yard line or something, or do you have the green light to make a decision and go?
Yeah, I trust my teammates to be able to make plays in front of me, and I know last week I should have made the fair catch, but at the same time, I trust my teammates up front to do their job, and I trust myself as well. So I think a lot of people have been talking down about me about my decision making on kick return, but hey, it's 11 people. I mean, it's 11 people effort. You know, it's not just me that has to make smart decisions. My teammates as well. So we can all play on the same level and make smart decisions and be able to block who's supposed to block, be able to make smart decisions by fair catching and taking the knee or whatever I have to do. I feel like that puts us in better shape. But I was able to be not selfish, but I should have fair caught a few balls, but we weren't able to start past the 25, and that's something that we're not used to and something that we got to get better at.
How do you sort of handle that criticism when people say that?
It motivates me, and for one, it motivates my team as well, because not only myself as me being a returner, but I have to give my teammates in front of me who are blocking that confidence as well, that hey, if you got it up front, I got you on the back end. It's all 11 people like effort, and if we could do that, like I said, we're gonna play at a high level.
Going back to being overlooked on offense, is there any sort of a chip on your shoulder or an eagerness to prove people wrong there?
Not necessarily prove people wrong, but we just want to prove ourselves right, and just going out there and play to our best of our ability and making sure that we hitting on all cylinders and just being efficient in the run game, the pass game, and just doing all assignments. I feel like we won't have no problem, but like I said, we just have to be mentally locked in for these type of games.
We got a chance to talk to Jack a few minutes ago. Just what kind of confidence do you have in him as a kicker? A game like this, it could wind up coming down to a field goal. Just the confidence you have in him.
Yeah, I think Jack improved himself in the game. I feel like, going back all the way to the Peach Bowl when he made, I think it was like a 50-some yard field goal to win us the game. And I mean, he didn't put us in situations where he didn't make clutch field goals. So as a teammate, I trust Jack, and everybody else trusts him as well, because we know the work he put in throughout the week. And plus, he's a godly man, and just knowing that we are praying for each other and things like that. So we got tremendous trust in him.
When and how did you find out that Tennessee moved up to number 1 and you guys back to 3 in the college football playoff poll, first ranking? And how, if anything, do you think that motivates you guys?
I mean, it's still a regular season. It's just the fact that those are other people's opinions. Like, we don't look at like we can't do nothing about it. Oh, we could go out there and just go play the next game, and we don't really care too much about rankings. And we just excited that we do get an opportunity to play a top 5 matchup in Athens. And I think it's probably like the 3rd game in history that is a top 5 matchup in Athens. So as a team, we're excited, and we just ready to go out there and play.
What does that mean to you, just knowing that this game will be part of history?
Man, I've been part of a lot of history here, for real. So there's something to add to the resume. It's something I can tell my kids, let it come back here and talk about it. But at the end of the day, it's all about, can we win this game, and that's going to be the most important part about it.
Your vocal leader has been sidelined in big games in the past. You said you couldn't play in the Notre Dame game. I was wondering if you had any advice or already spoken to Nolan Smith, who can't play in this big game.
Yeah, just being there for each other, whether if the defense is on the field, offense may be taking a break, sitting on the sideline, but we got to all be there for each other and be able to motivate guys, because I feel like that play a major role in how we play as a team. If it's called, like, I can't think of the word right now, but it'll come to me, but it's like we got to compare and contrast, not compare and contrast, whatever word I'm trying to figure out. I'm just excited we get to go out there and play, honestly.
So you guys had 3 uncharacteristic turnovers last week, but that's what helped Florida get back in the game, especially going up against this offense. What's the emphasis on ball security this weekend? What do you guys do in practice to work on that?
Yeah, we have to take care of the ball, like, big time. Coming out before practice, we always have a turnover circuit, catching the ball. Had one of the GAs hit at us with a dummy bag, and another guy coming trying to strip the ball out. So turnover has been very vocalized this week, especially with the turnovers that we had last week. And Tennessee does a great job by getting the ball out as well. So just as an offense, and whoever has the ball in their hands, we got to protect it.
You talked about this game potentially turning into a shootout, and you've kind of been asked this already, but just what confidence do you have that if it does kind of become a back and forth game, that you guys can go out there and score points?
Yeah, I have high confidence in that. I mean, averaging 500 yards a game just gives us that confidence that we are capable of doing great things on offense. It's just the fact that we have to be locked in and mentally locked in. So hopefully it won't be a shootout, but like you said, if it comes down to it, we just got to be able to execute and make sure we take every possession serious.
Got
Got time for two more.
Everyone talks about the Tennessee offense, but Tennessee defense, what kind of challenges they present? What do you see from them? And how
They fly around. They play so aggressive. I mean, just watching them last week, their last outing, I mean, I think they were just coming off a bye week as well, but just how the way they was flying around, and they looked good in that black flying around. Reminded me when we used to wear black in high school. It was just something about all black that's made, like it looked good how the way they was flying around, and we just got to do a great job as an offense about executing our game plan to go out there and playing well. But Tennessee has a great defense. Like I say, they fly around, they get the ball out, they do it. Whatever they do on defense, they do it to their highest. And that's what makes them a great team.
Speaking of wearing all black, do you ever, or any of the players, y'all ever ask Kirby if you can wear all black? Or I know that's big in the recruiting pictures and everything,
Yeah.
but
I
you
wouldn't
just
ask
enjoy the
them.
red.
I wouldn't ask them.
Are you? I thought I saw somebody on their roster from Peach County. I don't know. Do you know anybody on their team?
I don't know anyone personally from that team.
Thank you, Kearis.
Thank you.